How's it going, everyone? We're here to check out the second week of holiday skins for Rust, and we're starting off with the Snowflake Trapper hat. And this one here is actually a burlap head wrap, but it's made to look like one of those nice little wool warm caps, including the ear warmers on the side. Of course, we take a look at the back there. You can see it is more of that snowflake pattern. Then we have the Reindeer Skull Mask by Fresh. And as you can see here, the reindeer skull has this nice frosty ice along it. Then you kind of have like an elf-colored kind of hoodie kind of draped around the back there with the green and red and the buttons. And then you've got these actually glowing antlers. So if we kill the light here, you can see they do actually light up. Next, we've got a Rudolph set for you. As you can see, it turns you into a reindeer with some fur and everything, along with duct taped on Christmas lights to go along with it, which I think is quite funny. And if you come around the back, there's a goofy little Rudolph head on the hood there, complete with antlers and everything, and of course, a tail. Last but not least, we have the Carnival Krampus set, and as you can see, it has this nasty tongue sticking out of the side, some sharp teeth, and a big old nose. Up here along the sides, it's got the horns with in between tufts of white fur, and then you've got some fur sticking out here and there across the chains, and all of the ice-topped armored Christmas plating there. Next up, like with most holidays, we have a ton of deployables for you. So we've got some sleeping bags. First up, we've got the Christmas Penguin Sleeping Bag by Andy Boo. Then next, we've got a frosty little sleeping bag, the Christmas Dreams Bag by Kiva Who. Then over here, we've got you a chocolatey sleeping bag, the Choco Bag by Jessen. And then lastly here, we've got the Snow Racer sleeping bag by Scorpion. And if you look, it kind of looks like a inflatable sled, so to say. Next up, we've got the furnaces for you, and starting off, we've got the Nutcracker Furnace here by Dio. As you can see, there's two versions. One has a glow, which is these nice little Christmas lights around the sides. Then, as we move on, we've got an icy little furnace. This is the Eskimo Christmas Furnace. As you can see, it has nice little gingerbreads around it. Then, moving on, we've got this Screaming Gingerbread over here with the Giant Gingerbread Furnace by Mike. Next up, we've got another Screaming Furnace with the Angry Snowman by Jimmy. Moving on, we've got kind of a more traditional, kind of fancier looking furnace for you, the Holiday Furnace by Pretext. Then we have another kind of fancy traditional look with the Winter Wonderland Furnace by City. And lastly, we've got the Christmas Elf Furnace by Maxima and Olga. And yeah, Santa's wearing kind of like goggles, and it's just kind of freaky looking, but I love it, you know? It's different. Next, we've got a couple of boxes for you. First one here has two different versions, a transparent and a non-transparent. This is the transparent, obviously, but it just, you know, that might not be a thing that happens. But it is really cool because you can look through to the bottom where there's a bunch of candies and stuff kind of laying in it. So it is a very neat little design. Then moving on, we've got some large boxes for you. The first one here is Santa's Little Helper box. And as you can see, you've got Santa on top there with some candy. And the whole thing looks kind of like it's made out of gingerbread and candy, mostly, which makes sense for the holiday. Then over here, we've got another very candy cane box for you with the Sweet Gifts box. As you can see, it's kind of frozen, so you might have to work to get those candy canes. But hey, one way or another, definitely still fits the holiday. Moving on, we've got some rugs for you. The first one here is the Do-It-Yourself Gingerbread House floor. And this is actually part of a multi-part set. And you can kind of use them to decorate your walls to make it kind of look like a gingerbread house on the inside and the outside of the base. So kind of cool idea. Then over here, we've got a Merry Christmas rug. Pretty simple and so forth. Then we've got doors. Starting off, we've got the Humble Holiday Tree by Navram. And as you know, the single doors for wood have two sides. So the back has these nice little stockings and baubles and bells hung along it. Then if we pop on over here, we've got another wooden door for you. This one is the Cozy Wooden Door by Homley. As you can see, it's got a nice little wreath with all sorts of lights on it. And if we check out the back here, you also have some stockings and so forth. Then we'll go ahead and check right out the back of the next one here. We've got some happy little reindeers and snowmen and so forth. And if we pop around the front, you've got a little Hazzy drawing. He's very Christmased up and ready for the holiday. This is the Christmas approved wooden door. There you go. Then we've got a vending machine for you, and it's a toy vending machine. Of course, that fits the perfect idea there for a toy pickup. Then it also does have a back part here we can check out, and the back does have glow, which we can check out at the end when we do the glow part. Next, speaking of glow, we've got a glowy little gingerbread door. This is the Mr. Waffle sheet metal door. Next, we've got a Xmas time sheet metal door for you. Very frosty and traditional. Then over here, we've got a little Pookie Bear on the Pookie Christmas door. There are two versions, so you can check out the other one in the description down below, where we'll have a link to the workshop. Then next, we've got Santa's Cave. And, well, Santa's looking kind of funky in that part of a hazmat suit. But hey, you know, it kind of works, but I don't know if you should go in that cave. Next, we've got a door. It looks pretty simple at first, but you can kind of see wisps of something there in the background, which will definitely pop a lot more when we kill the lights. Then over here, we've got a nice lit up little Christmas tree with Christmas tree metal door. Then we've got some neon Christmas trees for you with the Christmas frozen sheet metal door. And then we've got this crazy looking snowman, the bloody snowman door. Next, we've got the sheet metal door Christmas tree. There we go, you know, kind of run out of names every now and then, but definitely a beautiful door. Then moving on, we've got the Christmas stained glass door, and it has a very nice little stained glass look to the design, which is cool. Then we've got another little frosty snowman for you. This is the metal door snowman, simply named. Moving on, we've got kind of more of a cartoony popped up look for you. This is Christmas Eve metal door. Then we've got a wrapped up door for you, as your base may be a present for somebody. The wrapped surprise. And last for our sheet metal doors, we've got Santa's secret metal door. Moving on, we've got some garage doors for you. And first we got this little goofy snow-faring snowmobile, or, well, it's not really a snowmobile, actually. It is a... Is this a snowmobile? I don't know. That's either a snowmobile or a really big sleigh. I think it's a big sleigh. But anyways, you've got Santa Snow Bear coming along the way to deliver you some presents. Or he's, you know, polar bear and he's coming to eat you one way or another. Next, we've got a beautiful neon door. The neon... New Year neon garage door. There we go. Too many ends, blah, blah, blah. And my brain just isn't working. Definitely a beautiful one once the lights turn off. Then over here, we've got a very decorative Christmas tree with the Christmas tree garage door. Next, we've got something a little different for you with the Christmas intruder garage door. Then over here, we've got a kind of iron, scrap iron kind of look to the Christmas vibe garage door. And lastly, we've got a little single armored door for you with the armored glass tree door. So there we have that. Let's go ahead and kill the lights. And I love this little candy cane trim around this one. And of course, armored doors do have two different sides. So we can go ahead and pop around there and see. And this one pretty much is the same thing on each side. Next, we've got a couple of garage doors for you. So let's just cycle right through all of them. Should have glow. Next, we've got our sheet metal doors. Definitely really cool glows. Then we have our vending machine. And our wooden doors. Then we can go ahead and cruise on down here. There's kind of like a light glow to the ice on this box. Same kind of thing going on here. And then of course you've got like the little windows on the front and the back. Then we've got all the little lights around on this box. Then we've got our furnaces. Some of these have lights all around and some don't. Think we got the foundation there on that one. And then lastly, we've got a couple of glowing sleeping bags for you. And that does it. Next up, we've got our tools and weapons. And starting off, we've got this awesome looking nutcracker hammer. And of course, if you can't tell, it does have a glow. So if we go ahead and kill the lights there, you can see the nice Christmas lights right there. Moving on, we've got a couple of rocks for you. This one has some lights around it, but is not a lit up rock. Then we've got a happy little snowman for you. Moving on, we've got a bag of treats with a very angry looking candy men in there. I almost said gingerbread men. And then we've got some more rocks for you with, well, you have better than nothing rock, which is quite funny because, you know, cool. There you go. Gotta love the joke. Then we have a jackhammer for you, and this one is made to look like a nutcracker. Definitely a clever little design. Next up from that, we've got a couple bone knives for you, and the first one looks like a pinecone shiv. Definitely does not look like something comfortable to get stabbed with. Then we, of course, got the classic candy cane shiv, but this one looks like it's oh so icy, so definitely wouldn't want that either. Moving on, we've got a crossy for you, and this one looks all candied up. This is the sweet crossbow. Aiming down the sides there, you can see some more of that chocolate waffle. And there's a reload. Let's get a look at the side. There we go. Next, we've got a water pipe for you, and it's this kind of traditional Christmas colors of blue and silver, the New Year's Miracle pipe. So there you go. I do wish all the snowflakes kind of popped like the middle blue ones there, however. And there's a reload. Hey, and there's a snowflake in there. Next, we've got another water pipe for you. This one's a little more on the candy and sweets side. This is the gingerbread water pipe. There you go. And let's do that reload. And inside, you got a little bit of the frosting design. There we go. Then, next we've got a DB for you. This one is all candy canes and frosting. It's the Sweet Surprise DBS. Aiming down the sides right there. And let's do a reload. There we have it. Next up, we got some pistols for you. Starting off with an Yoka. That is, of course, a candy cane, because, you know, makes sense for the holiday. It is the Candy Cane Yoka, simply named. Then we've got some Revies for you. This one's all gingerbreaded up. It is the Candy Cane Revolver. And down the sides, you've got green against the gingerbread brown. Or tan green, tan yellow-ish color. I call it a brownish tan. Anyways, there's the reload. Next, we've got some pythons for you, and the first one up here is the Sweet Shot. Aiming down the sights, you've got those little stars and a white tip to the sight. Next, you've got a sap. This one is the Stocking Stuffer Sap by Phi. Definitely looks like it's made out of waffle cone there. Aiming down the sights, you've got green versus red against the frosting. Then we've got another one for you, and this one is the Pretzel Sap by Seppin. So as you can see, the whole thing is kind of like a candied pretzel, basically. Next in this group, we've got a custom SMG for you, which is actually a Thompson, because I'm just reading off my list wrong. So we've got a Thompson for you here, as you can see, and it's got reindeer all over it, very Christmassy. Aiming down the sides, you've got a white tip against the red pattern there. And there is the reload. Now we have that custom SMG for you, and here it is. It is the Gingerbread Custom SMG. Definitely looks quite delicious, and just in case you're kind of guilty about eating it, well, there's a little gingerbread person there staring right back at you. Next, we've got some rifles for you. Starting off, we've got this crazy looking SAR. This is the Undead Delivery SAR, and as you can see, there's this like undead reindeer Rudolph kind of thing going on. Aiming down the sights here, there's even a skull against the icy sights. Then we've got another SAR for you, and this one is, of course, more nutcrackery, and therefore, well, Nutcracker SAR. I mean, pretty simple and straightforward there. Aiming down the sides here, you've got a gold tip. Next, we've got another SAR for you, and this is the Cobalt Cola truck. And I really like this one. It's definitely cool because, you know, you aim down the sights here, and it's a little truck, and then it just says Cobalt Cola. Very cool, playful design. And you've got a kind of smoky black tip to the red. Then we've got an AK here for you with this cute little sleeping fox on it. This is the Winter Fox AK. A little snow along the top there. Aiming down the sights, you've got a bit of snow against the blue tips. And when you reload, you give them their scarf back. Next, we've got some L9s for you. The first one here is kind of like a starry sky. This is the Polar Lights L96. I guess I should look at the name because that pretty much describes it right there. Next, we've got our other L9, and this one actually has two versions, a glow and a non-glowing version. This is the Garland L96. Let's go ahead and kill the lights there so you guys can see the glow on it, and of course it is the lights that light up along the Garland. Then we've got a M249 for you. This one's all Christmased up, wrapped and ready to go. It is the Christmas machine gun. There you go. Aiming down the sights here, you kind of got like that darker red to contrast. Love the gold bits in there. And the Christmas lights for bullets. Then we've got a frag grenade. Yeah, it's very hard to make skins for these guys because the actual like available bits are really screwed up, so to say. And yeah, this one actually turned out really nice. It definitely was sculpted nicely. This is the Sweet Gift grenade. Then we've got a satchel for you, and this one's all gingerbreaded up. Of course, it is the gingerbread satchel. So there we have that. Then we've got a couple of launchers for you. The first one here is the Cobalt Petard, so, or, you know, like firework launcher, basically. So there you go. Aiming down the sights there, and let's go ahead and pop a rocket in there. And traditionally, we usually shoot rockets at trees, but we're pretty far away from them, so, I mean, hey, I'll try. Yeah, I think that was... That wasn't right. Alright, well, anyways, we've got some more rocket launchers, so we've got more tries. This next one here is made to look like a nice little chimney on a house. This is Santa's Chimney by Mishka. Aiming down the sides here, you've got a nice gold trim. Let's go ahead and load that rocket launcher. It looks like this polar bear has decided to be a target instead. So let's see if we can hit that polar bear. Oh, we tagged him. We tagged him. Then we've got two more launchers for you. If this one skin decides to pop in, there we go. We've got a snowman launcher for you. This is the Snow Rocket Man by Bad Trip. We can go ahead and pop a reload in it. The bear took off while I was changing out skins here for you, so that's that target's gone. So we're gonna try for some trees again. And next we've got one last rocket launcher for you. And this one is on the delicious side. It is the Sweet Waffle Rocket Launcher. It comes in two different versions, so you can check out the other one down in the description, as always, for that workshop link. And let's go and do that last reload here. And there we go. Alright, well, sound off down in the comment section below which ones you're hoping will make it this next week and why. As always, I love hearing back from you all. I hope you're enjoying your Rust in the holidays with the craziness that it brings. And I hope you all have a great actual holiday, whatever it is you may celebrate. Thanks for watching, and happy holidays.